Hey everyone, my name is Mike, and I wanted to touch base on the new Jason Voorhees that just got announced. So it looks like the Crystal Lake news just keeps rolling in, and we're getting update after update on the series. And now we finally have a casting for Jason Voorhees. The casting is for a young Jason, which we knew was going to happen because Linda Cardellini is playing a young Pamela Voorhees. We knew we were getting a young Jason. It is a prequel series. So opening the article from Deadline, we can see here Callum Vincent as Jason Voorhees. And the article reads, a new Jason Voorhees has joined the Friday the 13th universe, as Callum Vincent, Chucky, Long Bright River, boards Peacock's prequel series Crystal Lake from A24. Brad Calum Kane serves as creator, writer, showrunner, and executive producer of the series. The hockey mask-wearing serial killer from the big screen is the son of Pamela Voorhees, to be played by Linda Cardellini in the new show. Cardellini's Pamela is believed to be a mother who gave up a singing career to raise a special needs child, and it takes a dark turn when she loses her son. Crystal Lake is a town, a lake, and a summer camp in the franchise, the setting of the series. Voorhees drowned in the lake as a child, which led to his mother's killing spree at the camp to avenge his death. And we know what goes on from there. We've all seen the movie. We know why she starts to kill the camp counselors at the end of the first Friday the 13th. But I do think this is a great casting. I have seen the Chucky series, and Callum Vincent is in season 3, and he's the one that's kind of blaming the doll for all the murders, and no one believes him. And I think he's a really good actor. I think he's a good child actor. I think he's going to fit the role perfectly. Now, I don't know what their plan is just yet as far as do they plan to give him that deformed look that we got from the original young Jason in the Friday the 13th film. Remember at the very end, he jumps out of the lake and pulls her down into the water. I don't know if that's what we're going to get, or is he just going to, look the way he looks now, just normal, and then, things change over time. I don't know what the plan is, but I think this is a good casting. I mean, he's starting to get, known within horror as a child actor, and I think this is perfect. Now, I do want to address the fact that this keeps getting mentioned as a prequel series. While yes, in a way it is a prequel because they're going to be addressing some of the earlier years of Pamela Voorhees before Jason drowns in the lake. But that, to me, I think is going to be the only thing that's really prequel about it. I think this series is getting a complete overhaul. So maybe the first season will be a prequel, in a sense. I think they're going to give us the first season with young Jason, the child Jason. Hopefully by the end of that first season is where we get the drowning, and then maybe a time jump into season 2 where, we get adult Jason wreaking havoc on the summer camp, or, something to that effect. The one thing I don't want to see is I don't want to see a young Jason being dragged out over the course of 3 or 4 seasons or 5 seasons, or the entire series is just based around this young Jason and Pamela Voorhees. I want to see the first season be about Pamela Voorhees and about young Jason. And then my hope is that by the time we get to season 2, this thing moves on. The original showrunner had a plan to make it so that every single season would correspond with one of the films, meaning it wouldn't be tied to the film, but kind of a reboot of each film. So season 2 would be a reboot of Friday the 13th Part 2. Season 3 would be Friday the 13th 3D, or just 3. And that was kind of the direction they were going to go with it. I think that could have worked. I don't necessarily want to see it done that way. I do want to see just a normal series, play out over the course of a few seasons. But I do want adult Jason by the time we get to season 2. I don't want to see him in season 1. I think that's too early. I think we need time to build the story, build the characters, put some meat on the bones before we get to that. So anyway, I'll keep this one short. What do you guys think of Callum Vincent? Do you think this is a good casting for Jason Voorhees? Would you have liked to see someone else? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and hit the subscribe button.